very special guest opening our conference with a keynote. As you may know, Germany is very lucky because we do not have one internet minister. Actually, we have 3 of them working on a digital agenda these days. And there's a 4th person who may be the perfect person to be the real secret internet minister. And actually, you know her from the internet because she took the most famous selfie these days in bed, which we never saw before. So no member of the German government, I think, ever took a selfie in bed. And now she's responsible as a Secretary of State in the Ministry of Economy for the IT infrastructure, and maybe the most important person in Germany thinking about the future of the net and the future of IT. Her name is Brigitte Zypries, and say hi to Brigitte.
Thank you very much for the warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to be here at the 2014 Next Berlin. You probably know that the first Next took place in Hamburg in 2006, and there were about 500 participants. And 2010, the Next moved to Berlin, and you are now expecting, as far as I know, 1,800 people coming here. So thank you very much to the organizers, first of all. These figures show how digital technologies and the internet are playing an ever more important role in people's life and the economy. And they show the high level of interest this topic generates in Germany. This year's event is titled The New Normal. It reflects the fact that the internet, apps and digital technologies are now almost everywhere in our lives. My topic today is the new German dream, startups in the international economy. That was the last dream. Also, no, it's not on there. Sorry, but you just see the Twitter. My topic today is the new German dream, startup in the digital economy, and I'm being entirely serious. Germany isn't sleepwalking. The German government is taking action. For us in the federal government, the success of the digital transformation of our economy and of our society is just as important as the success of our energy reforms. You probably have heard about this. This summer, the cabinet will therefore approve an ambitious program centered on digitalization. We want to create an environment in which Germany can thrive as the #1 growth country for information and communication technology in Europe. To achieve this goal, we need to foster a startup culture in Germany. In order to remain dynamic and competitive, our economy relies on motivated entrepreneurs. We need creativity both for innovate ICT applications and for the old economy. Startups are key drivers for all the main sectors in Germany. This is yet another reason for the government to encourage young people from all over the world to set up companies in Germany. Entrepreneurs create jobs and prosperity. They are the next generation of the so-called German Mittelstand. Young entrepreneurs come up with smart applications and new digital solutions. This opens up opportunities for new business models and drives innovation. I'm very pleased that so many young entrepreneurs from all around the world are deciding to start their business in Germany. And we have what it takes. Berlin has joined Silicon Valley, London, and Tel Aviv as one of the international hotspots for young entrepreneurs. Having said this, Germany is a federal state and this is also reflected in the startup scene. Hamburg, the Rhine-Main metropolitan region, and Munich are all buzzing with entrepreneurship. In spite of all this, the overall number of new business set up in Germany has been failing for the past 3 years. Fortunately, this downward trend slowed down quite a bit last year. The positive economic situation in Germany is one of the reasons for the small number of self-employment. The number of jobless people in Germany is lower than it has been for a long time. Our economy is still growing. But there's also another important reason. People in Germany tend to be less keen to set up their own company than people in other countries. So what is the government planning to do to foster an entrepreneur spirit in Germany? First of all, we need society to recognize and value the work of self-employed people and entrepreneurs. As such, we want to start raising an awareness already at school and show to children just how great it is to put up creative ideas into practice and be your own boss. Secondly, the federal government supports entrepreneurs. We host different instruments in place in the Federal Ministry for Economic, and we run awareness-raising campaigns and provide information, advice, and mentoring for business during the startup process. And we can also offer financial assistance. All these measures are designed to complete each other. Let's, for instance, take the Access program for university-based startups. This program has been in place for 15 years. And since then, nearly 1,800 entrepreneurs have benefited from this program. We want to extend the programs we have in place for companies in the startup process and put them on a permanent footing. And, very important, we want to mobilize more private venture capital in Germany. This is an area where we have still some catching up to do compared to other countries. We have started some measures like the Invest, the grant for venture capital, and I'm very glad that I can announce now that the Minister of Finance agreed in implementing a tax relief for this grant. This legislative procedure is in progress. Of course, working with others internationally and to maintain international networks, it's also very important to foster the startup scene. Next offers a perfect platform for this. Ladies and gentlemen, we know we still have a long way to go. For instance, when it comes to supporting young companies in their growth phase, or when it comes to ushering in a new area of entrepreneurship in Germany. I'm convinced that the companies that are set up today will be the champions of tomorrow. And economy needs fresh input from motivated entrepreneurs if it wants to remain dynamic and competitive. Here at Next, you are at the perfect place to discuss new innovative solutions and to learn about how you can transfer your creative ideas and visions into reality. I wish you all the most inspiring of meetings here, and I hope that you will leave here with many new contacts and great ideas for innovative future products and services. Thank you. Das war jetzt mal.
So, thank you very much. The most important
Pleasure.
question, did you really take a selfie from yourself in bed?
Yes, I did.
You really did?
Yeah.
How
It's
did
easy
you do
to
that?
do.
It's who knows the selfie?
It's only down here.
Ah.
That's what irritated me at the beginning, because I thought you all see it, and I was just going to say.
But I have also serious questions. So, Angela Merkel, during CeBIT Computer Fair, told us that we have to protect our startups against these US investors with all their money. Do you think so too?
Well, actually, I think if you start up a business, you should actually see that you keep it and not sell it.
But so risk capital is part of the startup game. And it's about, so do we need more German investors or more European investors? What would you think? Or is it okay
well,
that
we in Germany, we need more investors.
Right.
Nevertheless, where they're coming from.
Yeah, and you do a lot of stuff for these investors. For example, you have this you announced something today, but you also have this running program where business angels can get 20% or something. And you gave them something like 5 million euros. That's not much.
Yeah.
So,
of course, you can always do better.
so there are not too many business angels in Germany, or is it, what's the problem?
No, that's the problem with the business angels. Just what I said. We need to do more, and that's why we now get the tax release.
Right.
And I think that's a good idea, and I'm very glad that the Minister of Finance agreed to talk about this and to find a solution. And we've got some more ideas, of course, and I think it's always a whole bit of things we need, because not everybody just needs money. Some of them who want to be an entrepreneur, they need to discuss with somebody if this really is a good idea, or how to do it, or how we can where we can find people working for us, and how we get the guy from India to Germany, and all these stuff of things. And so I think you need a whole bunch of things, and that's what we do. We provide a whole lot of things where people can come and ask and get help.
Yeah. So if one last question about infrastructure. There's a big discussion, and it's a little bit confusing, about net neutrality. So if every data packet is created evil and handled equal.
Evil and equal.
Don't tweet that. So we are happy to have the European Parliament, which said that we support net neutrality. A lot of startups have concerns about this because the big guys can buy bandwidth small startups can't have. So if you found something like a big video startup, you have a problem because you can't compete with YouTube and all the others. So what's your take on that?
Well, the German government and the German coalition has got a clear idea, and we put it down in the coalition treaty. We say we want net neutrality. That's how you say? Netzneutralität, that's a German word for it. We want it, and we do everything for it, and we try to get the European Union convinced to get it clear.
Shouldn't we socialize the basic internet infrastructure?
Let's discuss about it, yeah.
So we could have something like a German state-owned Datenautobahn, and we take care of the basic...
That's an old discussion in Germany, because you said we had the Autobahn and the railway and for everything. So what we need today is the Datenautobahn and the infrastructure for the internet. And but I think this is gone already. I mean, it's too late to talk about. We shouldn't have done it. We should have done it, heißt es so? Before.
Okay. So thank you very much for joining us. The secret internet minister, Brigitte Zypries.
Thank you.